What's up, everybody? My name is Sean Taylor, and I am from the Made Up Theater to present another episode of Mutt Tips, where I'm going to discuss another concept of improvisational comedy today. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like, comment below with something you would like addressed in the future. But other than that, let's get to our topic for this week's segment, Going Blue. Sorry. So going blue is a phrase used within comedy, and it refers to a specific type of comedy that's more adult themed or more profane or more sexual. It's essentially comedy that is not safe for work. And there's a lot of great comedians out there who have a set and material that revolves around going blue, and they have a great unique approach. It's kind of an art form in and of itself. Comedians such as, George Carlin or Chris Rock or Louis C.K., they're experts at going blue without it coming off as uncomfortable or offensive to people. And it's something that improvisers typically will use within their sets as well. So I want to kind of deconstruct going blue and kind of go into when are appropriate times to do it, or if we should even just avoid it in general. So typically in my introductory improvisational courses, I tell students to refrain from going blue and to keep everything relatively family friendly, because going blue is really easy. I could just easily spout out a bunch of profanity, make a bunch of sexual innuendo right now, and it would be pretty easy to do. I mean, I've lived 31 years. I know how to do that, but it's actually really hard in terms of doing it in a way that it comes off, clever and intellectual, and it doesn't just come off as juvenile. And that's something that beginning improvisers, when they, essentially spout out kind of profanity, it's not crafted well enough because they don't know enough about comedy or enough about improvisation, and to do it in a way that gets the audience on their side. So when doing improv in the beginning, I say, just kind of avoid it right off the bat. If it comes out, don't worry about it. If anything, you learn from the experience. Like, if you do go into a show and you go blue a little bit or use profanity, really pay attention to how the audience reacts and use that as information for how to better approach it in the future. Always use these moments where maybe it comes off as more of a failure to yourself. Just use it as a learning tool for, improving in the future. So going blue in improv is not something that I'm against at all. I enjoy it a lot when it's done effectively, and when it's not just performers on stage kind of acting like children, just, being dirty just for the sake of being dirty and not being dirty for, clever progression of the scene. So my thing with going blue is, rather than starting off with it right at the beginning of a show or at the beginning of a scene, I think it's more effective to earn it. Earn the blue comedy within improv. A great example of this is in the movie Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Steve Martin's character is trying to get home for Thanksgiving, and he's having a lot of difficulty. First of all, he gets dropped off at a rental car agency by a bus, and the car that he rented is not there. It's been stolen, or it's just not there at all. And he tries to catch the bus, but the bus, of course, leaves without him, and he has to make a long trek to get back to the car rental agency. And of course, he does that by foot. He falls in snow, he loses his hat, and when he gets there, he's a mess. You can see it in his face. He is upset, he is angry, and when he gets to the rental car agent, the person who's kind of very happy and so happy to help, but is also preoccupied with a personal phone call, and then Steve Martin goes off on a huge rant and literally drops like close to 20 F-bombs. But even though that's so much over-the-top profanity, we as the audience empathize with him. We're like, yeah, I would be angry too. And we are able to get on board with this scene. It becomes a really memorable, probably the most memorable part of that movie is this moment when he goes totally blue, because it's a way for him to react to the circumstances that have been given to him. And again, the audience empathizes with him. If you have empathy in your improv and you earn the profanity, you earn going blue, then it is totally cool, and it can be a really memorable, cool part of your show. And ladies and gentlemen, that concludes this episode of Mutt Tips. Remember, going blue is totally okay, but just play to the height of your intelligence. Assume the audience is full of just the smartest people in the world. So, aim your humor up here, not down here, up here. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to give it a like below, comment with a question you'd like to address in the future, or just a comment saying, hey, awesome video. Feel free to share the video, subscribe on YouTube, all that fun stuff. But other than that, thank you so much for joining me. Come back next week with another episode of Mutt Tips. Thank you so much, everybody. Oh. Hey, you weren't offended, right? I said I was okay with going blue. You heard that, right? Come on. Come on.